Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Holly with the Booger Group. I am here with Brady. She is one of our partners in Place Inc. She's going to tell you everything about setting up and running your perfect week. So Brady, welcome.
Thanks so much, Holly. So I'm going to talk about the perfect week today. And essentially, our perfect week is just a template that we use to determine where in our schedule our most important activities show up. So essentially, all of the things that have to happen in order for us to hit our goal in whatever category of business we're working or personal things that are happening. So we want to make sure that it all fits into one perfect week. And I will just note that it is a rare occasion that we actually follow our perfect week 100% of the way. It is strictly just a model to use. It's not, it's not something that is set in stone that has to happen. It's just a way for you to visualize where you can fit all of the activities necessary to get done for the week, how they fit into the schedule. So really we find, Holly, that our partners need this because we get into a rhythm and realize that sometimes we might need to adjust things that are happening depending on how our energy is and how we're feeling. So we really want to create this first round of a perfect week or a template to test it out and be willing to change it within a couple weeks, because we typically find that that rhythm isn't exactly what we thought it was going to be when we're planning out the perfect week. So essentially, how we do this is we lay out all of the activities that have to happen for the week. So in the real estate business, this is things like making calls or doing open houses, following up with clients via email, creating market reports, door knocking, some of those other activities like exercise that show up in our personal life, when we're sitting down with our family and when that relationship time is happening. And lastly, where our mental health is showing up as well. So where are we plugging our time into to help ourselves first, putting our oxygen masks on first to make sure that everything else flows nicely. So essentially, we lay out all of those things and how much time that's going to take for each of those activities. And we basically plug and play into our schedule, looking at a 7-day week and putting those time blocks in where they fit in the best. And when we're actually going to do them. I think that that's probably the most important part is sometimes we get really overzealous and are like, yeah, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym every day. And what we know is that may not be the case for you. So just making sure that it fits in where it's actually going to be accomplished. And then we really want to pay attention to how much we do time block. In our organization, we do not suggest time blocking 100% of the day. We really like to see between 40 to 50% of white space in the calendar or in the perfect week. Because there's opportunities every single day where people might call you and say, hey, I need to put my home on the market today. And if we're 100% blocked out in time, we won't have time to help those types of people. Or family emergencies show up. I mean, every single day we have, life show up or things happen where if our schedule isn't flexible or it's not built to be flexible, we're not able to handle those situations, or we're not able to replace any activities we skipped. So that part is probably the most important thing, is ensuring that 40 to 50% of our week and our days have a little bit of flex and wiggle room in there. And I just really want to reiterate again, this is strictly a template to show you how to fit everything in that needs to get done for the week. It is by no means set in stone, and we are human beings. And so if there's a week where it's out of whack, just chalk it up to a week out of whack and move on to the next week. Or if that's a day, move on to the next day and just start over again. It doesn't have to throw off the entire week or the entire month. We've seen happen sometimes. It's just really an efficiency awareness tool. And that's essentially how we're using the perfect week and blocking out our times and understanding how to fit everything that needs to get done into the week in the most efficient way possible.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brady. We really appreciate that information.
Cool, my pleasure.